What's going on, champs and champions? It's FireMonkey here, and if you clicked on this YouTube video, you're either one of two things. You're someone who watches all the content no matter what the topic is from this channel, or you're someone who just saw that I was talking about live events and was like, I need to know, are we getting one at the end of the season? I haven't heard anything going on regarding a live event. There's been rumors here and there of a few things, but nothing has actually been confirmed. So in today's YouTube video, I'll be going through all that information with you guys, and to quickly just kind of summarize, the main part of the video so you don't have to sit here for hours while I ramble on. Will there be a live event where it's a actual playlist we go into, similar to like the Fractured event or something along those lines? The answer is no. I know that is not what some people want to hear, and they're like, oh dang it, I was hoping for an actual like playlist, like cutscene, animated, live event type of thing with, a whole entire storyline, whatever else is going on. Just something for us to do and enjoy the fact that, we're going to another season, especially since we've been having a lot of build up and we've actually, had some little rumors and actually confirmations here and there regarding the next season having like a jungle theme and all that type of stuff. So it's like, how are they just gonna pop one in there out of nowhere without a live event or something, right? It's like, what's going on there? So firstly, no, we won't be having a live event that has actual LTM or anything like that. There will be nothing that unique happening this season, and we only really have a live event that has been going on for the past 2 updates. Now this one is a little bit of something that you may or may not have even noticed in the game, but as you may have noticed, there have been cracks around the Fortnite island, and there has actually been rumblings on the island as well through these actual earthquakes that have been going on. Now these earthquakes have multiple stages, and even in the previous update they went all the way up to a stage that was called apocalyptic, but in the most recent update, V24.40, they had changed the naming to make them all, the same thing, so that we couldn't really tell which one was a certain earthquake style, which one was, an apocalyptic earthquake style, etc, etc. But that has basically been the live event for this season, is just those little earthquakes we've seen happening every so often in a match. Now these earthquakes haven't really been too much of anything, right? If you're actually like actively looking for them in an area where the cracks typically are, you'll most likely find these maybe once or twice every other day as you're playing in those areas, but they weren't anything that was like super frequent happening over the entire Fortnite island or anything like that, being super game changing, right? It was something that was like, oh, maybe a building will get destroyed here and there, but it was something that was just kind of existing in the same plane of Fortnite. So what I think Epic Games is going to do is they're going to have these earthquakes kind of build up and get more rapid and rapid because they already have them set up to, increase over time in how chaotic they are until we get to the end of the season being on the 9th. As it builds up and as we see more and more of these earthquakes happening and we start realizing that they're happening super frequently in certain areas, we'll start to actually wonder and, get hyped up for the new season a little bit more. It's their way of slowly building hype for a new season, and then most of the actual event stuff that we'll be looking out for will most likely happen through the actual cinematic trailers for the new season when it launches, because we don't have an event playlist encrypted. We don't have any other like event themed stuff encrypted at all. The only thing that is encrypted left in the files right now are 2 emotes that will be in the item shop throughout the month, both of which seem to be some icon series related emote type of things, but other than that, everything that is leakable for the rest of the season has already been leaked, so there's really nothing else for us to look out for when it comes to, changes, decryptions, or anything like that, except for an emote here and there. So that's just something to keep in mind, and yeah, it kind of sucks because I know a lot of people have been like, oh, we've had rumors of an event for a while now, what's going on here? Now, does this mean we won't have an event until the end of the chapter? That is an interesting one, because the whole entire rumors and everything regarding this chapter only having 4 seasons total have been a little odd, right? It's a little bit of actually, it was like around 4 or 5 seasons total, but it has been a little bit odd because based on the calendar endpoint, it appears that that's not the case. The reason I say this is because in the calendar endpoint right now, right, which was how we got item shop leaks, which caused us to get the shop all the way to June 11th leaked early, we had some stuff relating to next season, the season after it, and then Chapter 5 Season 1. However, there was a gap there. A lot of people are saying, oh, this season, this chapter ends in November or whatever, with 1 or 2 seasons happening between that time, but that might not be the case. The reason why I'm skeptical of this is because of the fact that I think the Chapter 5 Season 1 start date of November is a placeholder time. There's a few things, even relating to live events potentially happening next season or something, that make me think this, such as the fact that despite this stuff being worked on, right, despite us having the calendar start and end dates for the next 2 seasons, and then Chapter 5 Season 1, Chapter 5 Season Season 1 is labeled as Season 28, and we are currently in Season 24, which is Chapter 4, Season 2. That means Seasons 26 and 27, which would be Chapter 4, Season 5, and Chapter 4, Season 6, aren't in the API at all, right? They have not even been scheduled or anything yet. It's just Epic Games seems to know that they want Season 28 to be when we go to the next chapter, which makes me think that these actual start and end dates are just placeholder times right now for Chapter 5, right? So in my personal opinion, based on just that part of the leak situation, I don't think there's only 4 seasons total this chapter, right? I think it's going to be a situation where we get a total of 6 seasons, with them already having the fact that we're going to be going to Chapter 5 after Season 6 planned ahead of time, right? I think that is just the only thing they meant by that, because of the fact that there's just this strange gap in the actual timings and everything else regarding the whole entire season. So will we not get an actual live event until the end of this chapter? I don't think so, because they're already working on live events. They're working on a live event codenamed Durian, and then they're working on another live event that was codenamed Arnold in the game files, which, you know, Arnold might be related to something happening next season or something, but I highly expect that we will be seeing a live event happening soon, especially with a lot of leaks going on right now. I think that we might not see one this season, but I have hopes that next season we'll see a live event or something along those lines, because of the fact they are working on this type of stuff, right? This stuff is already being prepared. They have 2 different code names out there that we're aware of, and it just kind of makes sense that, you know, everyone's like, oh, we won't be having a live event until the end of this chapter or whatever, despite the fact that, you know, the end of this chapter might be a little bit later than people are expecting it to be, right? So it's just something where we got to kind of wait and see. But yeah, confirmation, no actual live event happening for Chapter 4 Season 2, the season that we're currently in. Or actually, are we in Chapter 4 Season 3? I get lost with the numbers and everything at this point, right? There's been so many chapters, so many seasons at this point that I've leaked Fortnite for, that it's one of those numbers, right? You know, Season 24 technically in the files. There is no actual live event happening other than, you know, the actual earthquakes in the game, and then, you know, maybe a cinematic later down the line. But there are still things to be looking out for, because in next season, right, we're going to be getting a new biome, which, if you're someone who hasn't paid attention to leaks or anything, it is a jungle biome, and we will start actually having like a jungle boss and a lot of these different things happening on the island, and seeing some characters such as MasterCard or whatever, actually no, not MasterCard, Huntmaster Saber, my bad, being updated. A lot of people are speculating maybe the IO could make a magical return or something in the storyline, considering they even said the 7 could return in the storyline. So it's like, right now, nothing's going on, guaranteed, no live event at the end of the season, maybe a cinematic or something, maybe Earthquake's getting a little bit larger, but no actual, you know, like end of season shattering event type thing that will happen where we have to actually, you know, fight another threat or something like that, fight the Syndicate, the Unseen, anything like that, nothing like that. And instead, we will be seeing something very soon in a future season, but we might not have to wait until the end of the chapter to see all that information. So with that said, my name's FireMonkey. Hope you champs and champions enjoyed today's YouTube video. If you did, consider subscribing to support the content I create, and I will catch you guys tomorrow with another upload. Peace out.